Looks like one more uneventful day behind the wheel, right? A great opportunity to kick back and relax, listen to your favorite music, or daydream about your next vacation. Right. Welcome to the real world, where letting your guard down behind the wheel of a 40-ton vehicle can cause a nice uneventful day to turn deadly in a hurry. Anyone who drives for a living knows that sometimes it's the most routine situations that go bad the quickest. Good thing this driver was on his toes. Maybe you've noticed, while they're probably good people, there are an awful lot of drivers out there who just aren't very good. Some don't pay attention like they should. Some act out their aggressions behind the wheel. And some of them, well, you have to wonder how they passed their driver's test in the first place. The hard truth is, you have to share the road with these folks. And since you know most of them aren't looking out for you, you'd better keep an eye out for them. Otherwise, you put your safety in their hands. Personally, I'll pass on that, thanks. You know as well as anyone, it's easy to get complacent behind the wheel. Maybe you have a stellar driving record, or you're just lucky enough to have avoided trouble so far. But I'm here to remind you that can change in an instant. The more lax you are, the less prepared you'll be when hazards crop up. And they will crop up. You know they will. Defensive drivers are alert and in control of their vehicles, their safety cushions, and themselves at all times. No letting your guard down until you're safely off the road. We're going to review the basic tenets of defensive driving: seeing and being seen, having heightened awareness, managing your speed and space, and maybe most important of all, having the right attitude. Then we'll ask how you'd handle some potentially hazardous situations. Maybe you're already a top-notch defensive driver, or maybe not. This is your chance to test what you know and to start to change bad habits before it's too late. Defensive driving starts before you ever hit the road. Constantly scan, and I do mean constantly, immediately in front of your vehicle, 12 to 15 seconds ahead, and to both sides. Look for anything that's a potential hazard. You know the list: distracted or aggressive drivers, pedestrians, road debris, animals. I'm sure you've heard the expression, attitude is everything, 1,000 times, but it's never more true than when you drive for a living. You can't avoid sharing the road with other motorists, no matter how badly they drive. But if you have the right attitude and follow safe driving rules yourself, at least you can help control the situation. Here's one way to look at it. Think of your fellow motorists as your teammates on the road, and yourself as the team leader. Are you good at being tested? You're probably better at it than you think. As a professional driver, you need to prove your skills every day in the school of life. By comparison, the challenges you'll face here should be easy. And this isn't the kind of test that determines how good a driver you are, so much as it helps you to become a better driver. Think of it as real-time practice. We're going to show you a series of hazard perception challenge scenarios related specifically to defensive driving. How well can you identify everyday hazards, formulate plans to respond to them, and keep them from turning into emergencies? Pay close attention. There may be several hazards or potential hazards in each scenario. You'll need to quickly determine which is the most imminent threat and what you should do about it. Write down your answers. It may be helpful to you in getting the most out of this session. Are you ready? Then let's start. Good luck. You never know what condition your fellow motorists might be in late at night, so it pays to be prepared for anything. When you see someone doing what this driver's doing, how do you handle it? Do you A, sound your horn to get the driver to pay attention? B, approach the vehicle slowly and carefully pass it? C, get the license number and call 911? Or D, stay a safe distance behind the vehicle? Wonder if that driver ahead knows his back door isn't secured. You definitely don't want to be behind him. Uh-oh. What would you do in this situation? Would you A, slam on your brakes and hit the crate as slowly as possible? B, use emergency braking and steering techniques and pull back behind the truck you were passing? C, use emergency braking and steering techniques and get onto the shoulder? D, keep driving the same speed and hope the crate doesn't contain anything dangerous? In the first scenario, you were driving along the highway at night and saw a motorist weaving slightly and driving slowly. How did you handle it? If you picked C, get the license number and call 911, you're correct. Whether this driver is an older driver who's disoriented or someone who's tired or intoxicated, he's a danger to himself and to other motorists, including you. It's up to the police to decide just how dangerous. Suddenly confronting cargo in the middle of the highway ahead puts a driver in a tough spot. If this was you driving behind the truck with the open door, you would have backed off the moment you noticed it, right? Instead, this driver has to either B, use emergency braking and steering techniques to get back behind the truck in the right lane, or C, use emergency techniques and get onto the shoulder. If something like this happened, you'd have no idea what was in the crate. It could be an airplane engine for all you know, and it could cause serious injury if you hit it, even at a reduced speed. This is something you never like to see. That driver weaving lane to lane and flashing his lights is a menace, maybe even a potential road rager. The driver in the car next to you seems oblivious though. So, is this your problem? What should you do? A, keep driving the same speed and ignore the upset driver. B, speed up to get past the motorist driving next to you and change lanes so the upset driver can pass on the right. C, slow down enough to let the upset driver get in front of you to pass. Or D, slow down and make eye contact with the upset driver so he settles down. Remember this scenario? I bet you sometimes wish there was a cop around when you see this type of behavior. Lucky for you, the aggressive driver is really upset with the driver next to you. So, it isn't your problem at all, right? Wrong. That angry, aggressive driver probably won't back off until getting what he wants, which is to go faster than the speed you're going. The best thing you can do to defuse the situation is C, slow down enough to let the speedster get into the right lane ahead of you to pass both you and the other driver. So, how'd you do? Did you make it home safely from this virtual run? No incidents, no collisions? Of course, it's one thing to watch and respond to scenarios in a video and another to practice defensive driving in real life. If you missed a hazard here, well, you might feel a little sheepish. But if you miss one out there, sheepish isn't even in the same ballpark as what you're going to feel. Who knows what might happen? One thing's for sure, you can't depend on other motorists to have the same level of driving skills that you do. If you want to stay safe on the road and make the road a safer place for all the people who share it with you, it's up to you to make it happen. Apply what you've learned today, every day leading up to today, and every day from here on out. Stay alert at all times and follow the rules of defensive driving. See and be seen, and use your mirrors properly and frequently. Have a heightened awareness of potential hazards by continuously scanning 12 to 15 seconds ahead, to both sides and behind your vehicle. Manage your speed and space and don't go faster than the posted speed limit or conditions allow. Do leave plenty of safety cushion ahead, behind, above, and to both sides of your vehicle. And finally, have the right attitude. You are in control of your own safety and the safety of those around you. On the road, be a leader by example. You may not be able to relax out there, but if you keep an eye on what's going on around you and know how to react, at least you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're prepared for whatever comes your way. And the people you care about most and who care about you will have the comfort of knowing you'll make it home safely. That's what defensive driving is really all about.